Hi guys, and today I'm going to be doing a story time about the time I went to the Calais jungle. So, if you don't know, the Calais jungle, it's also known as just the jungle, but it is a massive refugee camp in France, and all those refugees are trying to get to England, and obviously they're not allowed to because they don't have papers, or they don't have passports. They've obviously left their families. And I've been there with my mum. I've been there twice. I've been there with my mum, and I've been there with like some close friends. And yeah, I thought I'd just do a story time about it and kind of inform you, tell you a few stories about the refugees. I made some such good friends there, and some who have made it over to England. There's obviously lots of children there, younger than me, like 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds. There's really young people there who don't have their families because either their families told them to go and like find refuge in England because their family members or their parents have died along the way. And going there made me just realise how fortunate I am. So even if you don't have a super rich family, or at least you have a roof over your head and you've got education, I think those are the main two things. And you obviously food and water, but if you've got a roof over your head and education and food, I think you should already be so grateful. And I think some people don't realise how fortunate they are when they by having those things. So yeah, I'm just going to tell you the time I went there and kind of a few stories about refugees. So, as I've said, I've been there twice, and the first time I went there with my mum and one of my mum's friends. We weren't really sure what was going on. My mum had read it on Facebook that there's obviously, I think everybody knew, sorry about the wind by the way, I'm outside, I'm in Spain, but like the wind is like, pooh, so sorry if you can't hear me very well, but my mum I had seen it on Facebook. It was a massive crisis, and most people heard about it, and wait, the wind is just, let's just let the wind pass. Okay, so my mum had heard about it on Facebook, and she was like, and we were talking over breakfast. Because she reads the news in the morning, she had been talking, oh, we should really get some donations for the refugees, because we're the type of people who just help with charities. We just really like to help other people. So we were, so we were like, yeah, we should really help. Maybe we could go in a few weeks. And my mum texted a few of her friends, and I texted a few of my friends, kind of bring donations of anything you can bring. We made posters and put them on our wall, like not on our walls, but on our windows of our house, like donations, please donate, like what they really needed in that time. Obviously, they have loads of donations coming in, but they need specific things, like they need shoes and jumpers, and obviously depends, they can't have wool because it's a whole thing. And if you think about it for a second, you think they can need anything they can get, but then if you think about it longer, like loads of people knew about it and they just needed exactly what I don't know how to explain it, but they had lots of donations coming in, and lots of them were children's clothes, where sadly lots of children hadn't made it through the journey because it was such a treacherous journey. And so we kind of started doing donations, and we thought it would be something small, like a few friends. And I think 2 weeks went by, and literally our whole house of except our kitchen, but everything in our house was packed with bin bags. You have to label everything so that in the warehouse they can sort it and they can give it to the refugees quicker. So me and my friend, we spent a whole weekend sorting everything we had into jumpers of sizes, gender, everything. Obviously not obviously, but they can't have any wool because it takes too long to dry, and then they'll just be cold. And so it was such a big thing, and by the end we had literally our whole house was packed with plastic bags, which was so amazing to just think. One morning we decided that we were going to start donating stuff, and we had literally done like little piles because I had obviously donated some of my clothes, and then it turned out to be such a big thing. And we had not charities, but like the football club in the city, little town that we live in, donated loads of scarves, like merch, but it was really warm scarves, and organic farms across gave us free fruit, and it was just such a big thing. And it kind of felt like everybody was kind of coming together to help these people. And lots of people are totally against refugees and everything, and I just think I think that there's such nice people. Like when I went there, they're such nice people, and I think they'd do it for us. Like if we had to go into their country, if we were refugees in their countries or near their countries, I think we would help. I think they would help us. I definitely would. And yeah, I think I can't. I find it so hard, like not hard to believe, but I find it so weird that they're calling them illegal. Like no human can be illegal. Okay, maybe we don't have passport and papers, but that doesn't make them an illegal. That doesn't make them illegal. Like, it's just so hard. Like if you think about it, how can a human be illegal? Obviously, in the law, how can they be illegal? Like you can't say that just because somebody doesn't have papers they're illegal. They're still a human being, they're still living, they're still eating food, they're still part of us, they're still a part of the human race. And skin doesn't matter, skin colour doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter, age doesn't matter. Like we shouldn't be discriminating everybody because they're the same as us, just that they're not us, you know. And anyway, after that little side rant, so we went there and I think we filled 2 trucks, like not big trucks, but like big trucks, like the school bus size trucks. We filled 2 of those, and obviously I went with my mum and my mum's friend, and then we had 2 of my mum's other friends who helped, who were driving because we couldn't drive trucks. Well, my mum couldn't drive a truck, and so that's what we did, and then we drove there, and it only took us 2 hours, which was something that astounded me. Like I thought it would be taking like a journey, like a day-long journey. It literally just took 2 hours, and to think that just from our house, my house in England, it only took 2 hours to get somewhere, like somewhere where the people were just so, I don't know how to explain it, but people just, they needed stuff, and that people were just ignoring it or didn't know about it and weren't informed properly. Anyway, so yeah, it was just so weird to think that it was so close. I don't know why, it just was. So when we got there, we first went to the warehouse and we dropped everything off, and I think when we were there was a really, really small warehouse, it was so small, and they had so many donations, and so we helped for about 3 hours to clear like all the donations and to section things into size, because we were like one of the only donation givers, I guess, donationers, is that the word, that actually sorted it into size and stuff, because my mum had been quite like in touch with the organizer of the charity, so we had done it into size, and like he asked us to, and nobody else had, so we did that for them, like all their clothes and everything that they have. Obviously now they have a much bigger warehouse, but yeah, that's something else. So yeah, we helped then, and then we went into the jungle, which is the camp. I'm not going to insert any pictures. I might insert some videos, but I don't want to put any faces of the people on the internet because lots of them don't want to be photographed. So I did take pictures there, and I met loads of really good people that we went into some people's tents, we drank tea, like it was such a nice place to be, because it just felt equal. Everybody felt equal, and even in England it doesn't always feel equal. I'm not saying that I feel like excluded from the society. It just felt like such a safe place, and loads of people that say that, oh, it's not safe. I know that people say really mean things, and it's not safe. And I was, for a bit, like after I heard everything, I was like, oh, maybe it's not safe for me to go. But the moment I walked in there, I knew that it'd be a safe place for me to be. I don't know why, that I just felt like it would be. And obviously we respected most of them were Muslims. So we respected their religion. We wore baggy clothes. We wore a scarf over our head, even though we're not Muslim ourselves. We didn't want to, not disturb, but we didn't want to upset any of them. So obviously we all, respected their religion. So me and my mum and her friend, we were all women. So we wore the right type of clothes. I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, you might not. Basically, we gave out all the fruit that had been donated from our town, and they were all so happy. They were so happy for just, I'm not gonna say just a piece of fruit, but obviously for us, or like for people who have more, it's more than it's just a piece of food, but for them it was like their day, the meal of the day for them, which was kind of sad to think like all they have a day is a piece of fruit, which just made me want to help more. Like it just made me want to be more. I want to go there more. I want to help more. I want to raise donations in school and everything. So it was quite emotional. I did start crying. I got so upset. I just didn't know what to really do. Like, not what to do, but I didn't know. I just felt like I was so shocked about the how they were living and their circumstances that I was like, oh my god. I walked in there, I was like, oh my god, I'm so spoiled. Like, I just want to give everything I have away. But so when I was in there, like I said, I went into people's tents, we drank tea, we helped them, we helped some families find tents in the warehouses. We just helped along for about a day, and then we went back home, and that was kind of when it started. My mum has kind of started a Facebook group, which if you want to follow, it's Lewis Actions for Refugees, which I will put the name here somewhere on the screen. But yeah, and that's kind of turned into a charity of its own. We met loads of nice people there, and the second time we went, the second time we went there, I went with some of my best friend and her family, because they were also quite involved, and so we went there together. Then we stayed for about a week. We were in an Airbnb in Calais, and we stayed there for a week. Then we didn't bring a big truck then, we just brought some smaller, well not smaller, but like smaller donations, and the smaller sister of my best friend had got donations at school from for fruits, so she had got loads of fruits, and obviously she gave them to the refugees, and an experience that really stayed with me that time. We helped in a kitchen one evening, which it's not actually very safe if you're like not if you don't live there. It's not very safe for you to be there after about 6 o'clock when it gets dark, because I'm not going to get into detail about what happens, but like it's not very safe there. So we were just helping that like in the evening for dinner, and I was serving out the food and giving it out to the refugees with my friend and her sister, and it was so nice. Just they were so thankful, and they kind of seemed subscribed. They kind of seemed surprised by my age, like a 13-year-old helping there, but they were just all so nice, and I don't know, it was just, I'm just gonna say, I just felt so safe there. It just felt like somewhere, I'm not gonna say like, I don't belong there, but it just felt like a really nice, it's not a nice place to be. Like, it's coming out totally wrong, but it's not, obviously the circumstances there are horrible, and I will go into that in a teeny bit, but it's just the kind of like everybody just is happy, and like nobody's lost hope. Everybody's still like hoping that they will get into England, and yeah, so now I'm just going to talk a bit about not how it was in the camp, but how what the circumstances are. So I might insert a video, if I do, here's a video of the barbed wire around the camp. It's fully barbed wired up, and I'm pretty sure the Prime Minister, or the lady who's Prime Minister of England, put that barbed wire up, and it was like millions of pounds, literally it was millions of pounds to do that build that barbed wire around around the camp, because they were all jumping onto all the refugees were jumping onto lorries, which obviously Calais didn't want that to happen. I don't know, it was such a stupid, I mean I understand why they did why they put up the barbed wire, but to spend millions of pounds on it, millions of pounds that could have gone to education for the children going into Calais, or helping them get into Calais, helping them get jobs, houses, all of that. I'm pretty sure it was like £5 million or something, like so much money, which obviously it's just so stupid. But they, how makes it that sad to think about what they're going through right now, but luckily it's summer right now, so they're probably having quite a hot time, like it's hot, so they're not freezing, but the conditions there are really bad. And the water there, they've got running water. Well, it is running water, but it's contaminated with this sewage. They've got, like, you know, worker toilets, or if you go to a festival, those sorts of toilets, they're everywhere, and that's their toilets. I think they've got 5. They're not everywhere. They've got 5 in the whole camp. They do, but I just know that was the number then. I'm pretty sure I hope anyway, they have more toilets there now, because otherwise, yeah, I don't know what they do, to be honest. And also their water's obviously, well, not obviously, but like I was saying before, their water's contaminated with their sewage. Well, kind of from the toilets, it's contaminated. So yeah, you can't really have that. You can't drink that, and the whole camp is on a toxic. Well, it's a toxic wasteland. Like, it used to be it used to be, it is still now, a wasteland, so they can't grow any food or anything like that. Recently it has been a bit, it's always been bad, but it's been much worse there recently. There's a few, they're evicting the camp, which means they're bulldozing the tents, and they're moving them away into concentration camps, or just, I don't know if they're actually deporting any people, but I'm pretty sure they are, and they're also just bringing them away, like putting them into different camps or stuff like that around France. It's just horrible. Like, they're just taking all the people. And one thing that happened recently, I don't know if you heard it on the news, but it has been really hot. Like, I think it was the beginning of July. It was really, really hot. They had like massive heat waves. England, France, I don't know anywhere else, but I know because I was in England then. It was really hot, and it was also really hot in Calais, and they have restaurants. They have makeshift restaurants, like it's literally just like a wooden hut, I guess, but they make food, which the food is so good there. Literally, I've probably had the best food I've ever had was there, and I'm not just saying that, like, literally it was so good. They also have kind of shops, which is like, you know, like 50p for a can, or 50 cents for like a can of, or for a bottle of water or something, you know, just to, like, so people, which is done by the refugees, but you know, so the refugees make more bit money, and like they can get water. And the police, the French police, I don't know, I'll insert a picture here of what they look like. They actually look really scary. Like, the first time I saw them, I was like, bye. I got so scared. Anyway, they went into the restaurants, so some of the restaurants, as with the cafes and shops, and they took their water and food, and ate it in front of them, and drank it in front of them on this really hot day where everybody was obviously, they can't drink their water because it's contaminated, and they're obviously really thirsty. And I just, like, just hearing that, it's just so, just even hearing it, it's just like, what, like, that is disrespectful, that is so rude, like, I know, just like drinking in front of them, like, bitch, I'm not drinking water, like, I'm more important than you, I'm not drinking water, like, that is just, like, just hearing that just makes me so annoyed. I love how so stupid, it just annoys me so much. It's just, oh my god, how can you do that? Like, how can you drink water in front of people who don't have anything? And just like, oh, it just made me so mad, like, the first time I heard about it. And I'll try to insert a video here if I can find it. I think there's a video of it, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure somebody filmed it, but yeah, so yeah, yeah, me and my mum have been helping a lot. My mum is obviously, she's kind of started a charity sort of thing, so yeah, like I said, you should go follow them on Facebook, Livers Actions for Refugees, and yeah, because they're kind of just doing updates and stuff if you want to know more. If you can, or if your child and your parents can, just donate like some money to a charity, or donate, or like send some clothes to a charity, or, you know, just give something, because most people are so fortunate, but there's other people that aren't so fortunate, and we need to use we need to use how fortunate we are to help other people who are less fortunate, and I really think that's a reason some people are fortunate. And some people obviously want to keep their money, like some people want to keep their money, but they, you know, if you've got a lot of it, it's not going to harm to give some to somebody, which could change their lives. I said that's such a weird accent, but like it could change their lives. I don't know, if you pay for a warm jumper, or if it's one of your old jumpers that you don't wear anymore, obviously wearable, that but it could save their life in the winter. Or it's just little things that just add up to so much more. So yeah, I hope this video was something for you. Sorry if it was kind of ranty and stoppy starting, and sorry if the quality on this camera isn't amazing, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and help people, because even if you see a homeless person on the road, give them some money or give them some food, or it's just those little things that just help people who we're here to help other people. And if you're fortunate, help the less fortunate, because they'll do the same for us. So yeah, love you guys, bye.